At this point, Narasmith is playing in Onezwa's face. To everybody that was saying she was not copying her, please explain this. Right after the allegations and right after her saying that she was not copying her and right after saying she was going to sue her, explain this video.
Hi, I'm Onezwa, and I make meals using a toaster raised of orange.
With some cornstarch, baking soda, soy sauce, and again, there's nothing better to me than pad see ew, mango sticky rice.
Like, try even make it different, huh?
I started by making my rice noodles for my pad see ew. I can cut it however wide you want them. I like my rice noodles quite wide, so that's what I did, and then I repeated that process with all of my batter until I had all of my rice noodles done. Set those aside and got started on my pad fish sauce, oyster sauce, vinegar, and fried off my pies, roasted my broccoli. I also added back.
Maybe in the past we would argue there were some differences, but that video was copy-paste. Yes, there's a lot of cooking pages on TikTok, but the difference is that she was accused of copy.
Child, people are once again coming from narasmith. Now, narasmith was accused of copying another South African creator, Onezwa. Now, in the beginning, Onezwa made those allegations. A lot of people were not having it because they were like, girl, you're not the only person who makes cooking from scratch. Okay? So a lot of people had like, Onezwa, I don't know, I don't believe you, because apparently she made boba, and then Narasmith did a boba recipe, and a lot of people were like, nah. But this time, Onezwa posted a recipe a couple days prior of her making this Thai food. And literally 3 days later, Nara Smith posted the exact same recipes with exact same angles and stuff. It was kind of weird. Now, normally a lot of people will kind of be on her defense and they will be like, yeah, they will be like, you guys are reaching or whatever. But this time, even on her comments, they were saying how Nara Smith is practically bullying Onezwa, and a lot of people, a lot of her own fans are coming for Nara and saying like, girl, this is just too much. Now you're just overdoing it. So I have a couple of videos of people commenting about this whole situation, and then I'll be back with my commentary.
Nara, mfazi kanhlanhla. At this point, it's giving you are a monitoring spirit, you are a big bully. It's giving you have light skin syndrome. Tombazane. Let's just tell you, nje. Because like, you know, you left us to be quiet for a little bit and then you are showing your true colors. You know, your true colors. You know, you are like, you are a monitoring spirit. You know, you remind me of those, you know, those girls that you have as friends or you have in your vicinity that you know, that envy you. You know, even if they are not in your league, even if they are in a different league than you, they are, you know, you understand? You have those friends or those people around you. Ufumani mhlambe girl, she is married to a CEO, you know, she drives a Lexus what or Cuban bani, you know, but she sees you every day. In church, you know, you come to church in your little Mini Cooper Cabriolet and you are always dressed and she just envies, you know, and then copies you. You know, you have this specific shoe, and then next time uzayithenga similar shoe, because obviously she's got the money. You know, she's got the money, and you know, she is CEO's wife. She is known. She drives this whatever car. You know, like the glory is always kind of gonna go to her, even if she's copying your style. You know, I've had those friends in my life, or andile, when you are like wearing a certain thing And then because yena uyakwazi ukuthi ayocela imali kwigweja, you know, or maybe umbonisa, you show her something that, oh, I really want, you friend, I really want the shoe, like I really like it. She's never even heard of that brand or that style. And because yena une accessibility of getting imali from igweja, uzohamba ayocela imali from igweja, the next thing she's gonna come to you and say, oh friend, you won't believe what I bought. Akubonise the same shoe bombonisa yona. That's what you're giving. Mfazi kanhlanhla. Number 2, you are a big bully. You know, it's giving big bully. But why am I surprised? Because you live in like Bokolo land, you know, you live in Bokolo hood. Like why are we even surprised? You know, you are married to a certain Kala that is known for being Amabokolo, you know, big bully girl, because what you're doing now is actually like provokement. You are provoking, you are bullying because you want to test and see the waters, and you want to, you know, you want to shake and see with how far can this go, because vele now you are in that land, that Bokolo land, that, you know, Bokolo hood, and vele you guys are that archetype. That's what you're doing. And lastly, you are showing what you suffer from light-skinned girl syndrome. You know, there are so many light-skinned girls about behave njengawe. Unfortunately, a lot of them, they have this energy that you have, you know. They can't stand that another person who's not your color, you know, not light-skinned like you, is getting attention and is, you know, is being venerated for their talent, for their gift, you know. That's what you can't stand. How dare you, with your skin color, with your tone, do this better than me? Most light-skinned girls do that. I'm sorry to tell you, but they do that. You know, some of us have been around light-skinned girls enough to know Guti, it can become their energy. They don't understand. They just don't get, like, they won't get why are you getting attention, you know, when you're not as light as them, or why do you have this edge, you know? Why do you have this talent? Why do you have this this je ne sais quoi, but you are not? You understand that you are not that light like her. That's what you're giving.
This narasmith drama doesn't even make sense. I took the time to go look at the accuser's content, and I scrolled and I watched for a hot minute. Not a single video reminded me of Nara. This is the biggest reach, and I think it's all for clout. When they say there are people waiting to hate on your success, this user is one of them. Do you know how many cooking TikTokers there are on this app? And you want to complain about boba and mozzarella cheese? And the creator even said she's not the first to make these things. So I'm trying to understand what she's so upset about, because their aesthetics are completely different. Nara's vibe gives that oldies housewife vibe. I mean, the girl's in a whole dress, makeup done, cooking. The other lady's literally on a farm. And sometimes she literally shows the live animal. And I just want to address the whole voice thing. I feel like when you're a content creator, you do your best to improve your content. If you see water on me, it rained. So people bring up Nara's old videos saying that she doesn't do the soft voice or whatever. Go look at aesthetically pleasing videos. In any videos relating to cooking, many people take this style because it's alluring and it makes the users want to listen more. I heard she's suing this lady for defamation, and I think she's rightfully so. Because looking at Nara's Instagram comments, everybody was just being really rude. But that's my take on it. What's yours?
There's a much bigger conversation needed to be had about Onezwa and Nara Smith. I'm a content creator myself and have been publishing food content online since 2012. As such, I have a different vantage point than most people sharing their opinions on the matter. I've heard what Onezwa has said herself in multiple comments on here. I've watched at least 20 of her videos and Nara's, and the only one that I saw that was the next day was the boba tea, and in that same video, the flaky dough sparked my memory of my own content I published months before both of them. So if the only issue was Nara waiting every single day to get inspo to recreate the exact same content as Onezwa, like the pizza I've seen referenced that I never seen Nara make, then the internet would have clocked it long ago. Onezwa is farm to table. 98% of Americans cannot even compete with her content, let alone lifestyle, for that fact alone. No one can take what she does away from her. As content creators, we often get inspired by other content creators and give inspiration to our followers. I publish food content online for people to be inspired to recreate it. It would be strange for me to get upset by people doing just that, and even weirder to require some type of acceptable grace period before anyone else is allowed to make similar content that has been shared a million times before. The other complaint I've seen keep coming up is that Nara is a liar, making one comment on Onezwa's video saying she's an inspiration, but then saying she doesn't know her 4 months later when people called her out. I can't speak for her like everyone else on the internet apparently can, but what I will say is this. As someone who's been a content creator for 12 years now and has received tens of thousands of comments over the years and made thousands of comments in return and on other content creators' videos, I do not remember every single interaction, every account, every creator in the same way my 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, 50,000 followers on Instagram, and 11,000 followers on TikTok remember interactions with me. People are also overlooking the fact that her comment of support was on TikTok and the accusation was made on Instagram. Nara only follows 300 people on Instagram. If she were to click on Onezwa's page, she would see 0 connection and 0 interactions. So her saying that she doesn't know her could have simply reflected just that. I think there's also a large demographic that has never liked Nara and was quick to tear her down at the smallest opportunity. I think the biggest issue that most people are not speaking on is the fact that Nara is able to monetize her platform when Onezwa is not. South Africa, unfortunately, is not a location that TikTok allows monetization. I understand her frustration completely, but that has nothing to do with Nara monetizing her platform. Recipes were made to be shared, just like food is meant to be shared, in every culture, in every country, around the world. It has always been communal. Americans have a larger market share online than most countries. I think the best outcome from this whole discourse has been the spotlight pointed on Onezwa that's gained her increased visibility, new support from enthusiastic followers, and a much wider demographic that's being introduced to her amazing content. I've seen people comment that follower count, views, and engagement mean nothing, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. Brands absolutely care about these analytics when choosing who to partner with for campaigns, and with her increased American and international audience, she should be able to leverage that for more opportunities and monetization directly from brands instead of TikTok. There is more than enough space for both Onezwa's unique content and Nara's inspired content. We do not need to put one woman down to support another. People on the internet are so quick to cancel anybody over anything. With enough digging, I'm sure people could find receipts for every content creator on this app stealing something from another content creator. Someone even said Onezwa has done this to another creator, accused her of stealing her salt recipe. Is the ocean now off limits because one person has shown how to make salt now? What about the companies and people who have been cultivating salt for generations? I've seen comments stressing the importance of giving credit, but I don't see them, or any food content creator on here, doing this consistently, nor do I see any of them sharing the websites they copy and paste their recipes from. I don't think it's fair to publish content publicly, but then require only some content creators a grace period where they cannot jump on a trending recipe or recreate something that they see online that made them crave it the same day. Shouldn't food content make us hungry to recreate it? The last thing I want to speak on is the other factors surrounding the disparity of success between Nara and Onezwa. Aside from the locations, which I've already touched upon, Nara is more palatable and marketable to a wider range of people because of colorism, classism, and misogynoir. She is a light-skinned mixed woman of both German and South African descent. She is also a successful model married to another successful white American model that is the epitome of European beauty standards, with his blonde hair and blue eyes. She benefits from light-skin privilege and being more accepted because of her heritage, husband, and proximity to whiteness in a way that Onezwa could never be. In terms of classism, influencers who come from money have always fared better and been more aspirational than other content creators from lower backgrounds. They have the perfect home with their perfect marriage and their perfect children and live the perfect life in their designer clothes, which in turn allows them to project the perfect image to the masses who devour that content up. While there are certainly many people who are fans of the farm-to-table lifestyle Onezwa embodies, in America at least, Nara's lifestyle will be much more coveted. Nara's content formula consists of spend the day with me. I woke up this morning craving X. My toddlers were craving X, or what I eat in a day. And that formula works well for her and is relatable to most Americans, regardless of class. Onezwa's content is soothing to watch, but it's not aspirational for Americans because we can't go into our backyard to forage for lunch and kill our dinner. America is a capitalist country that thrives on consumerism. I think that's also a contributing factor in her inability to monetize her platform as much as she would like. She doesn't promote consumerism at all. Her lifestyle is living off the land organically. The typical brands that partner with American content creators might find it harder to partner with Onezwa because she doesn't use store-bought eggs or milk or chicken or bread or sauces or butter or cornmeal or junk food. Since she makes everything from scratch, it's hard to even brainstorm things she could promote for other brands. As far as misogynoir goes, Nara fits within the stereotypical trad wife image. She is young, thin, above average attractiveness, has a proximity to whiteness, and portrays a life of leisure and is often helped by her husband. Onezwa, in contrast, is an African woman who, by and large, I see doing it all herself from sunup to sundown. She is darker and, because of colorism, seen as less attractive, less feminine, and garners less support. I noticed on the South African side of the discourse, she was being invalidated by her fellow South Africans for speaking up. Being upset that someone else can monetize off your content when you cannot is valid. She was not being believed because of her darker skin tone and accused of just being jealous of Nara. This plays into the negative stereotype that Black women are loud, angry, aggressive, and bitter. From my vantage point, these are the bigger issues that are far more important than worrying about who's copying whose recipe that we all found on the internet.
Narasmith is accused again of copying Onezwa. So I saw a video this morning. Someone shared it. I think I reposted it. Of Narasmith making a meal that Onezwa made. I think a day ago or 2 days ago. I'm gonna just show you right now in the next clip. Okay, this is the video.
Some blistered green beans. So I started by making my rice noodles for my pad see ew by combining some rice flour, tapioca starch, cold water.
They're both
and a
making
smidge of salt
an Asian
before
cuisine,
oiling my
but I'll
little
explain it
pan,
after.
Spooning the batter in and letting them steam for a couple minutes. After about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, I check on it, pull it, and then cut it however wide you want them. I like my rice noodles quite wide, so that's what I did, and then I repeated that
And just a little note, when I recorded this in like in the AM, like 7 in the morning. Onezwa posted this like a day ago, 24 hours, maybe 48 hours now ago. And when Narasmith, as you can see, says 8 hours ago. So it clearly shows that Onezwa posted this first.
I set that aside and worked on my pad see ew sauce, which was a combination of dark and light soy, fish sauce, oyster sauce, vinegar. I fried off my steak and set that aside and got started on my green beans, which I washed and dried and then blistered. While those were frying up, I sauteed my broccoli and added some of that garlic in when I was done with it. And it was time to add my rice noodles, the sauce, and then I also added back in my beef and let that caramelize on the stove before cracking in an egg and scrambling that in with the noodles. Once my green beans were almost done, I combined them with some sesame oil, soy sauce, the rest of the garlic, plated those up, and then plated up my...
So, I was struggling to actually try and continue with the video. So, I don't know if it's copying. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I can right now. So, Onezwa, it's very clear in her video that she's making Chinese noodles called biang biang. I'm sorry if my pronunciation is wrong. Biang biang noodles, which is Chinese noodles. I googled it. And then on Narasmith said that the meal that she's making is Thai food. Said she was craving some Thai food. So it might not be the same noodles. but the concept of it is quite similar, and I think that is what Onezwa was trying to say from the get-go, because this is not Onezwa's recipe. Onezwa clearly stated in her video, on the caption of the video, that is biang biang noodles, which is Chinese noodles. I don't know if it's the exact followed recipe, but I think it just does not make Nara look, it doesn't make her look good because of the previous allegations of copying, right? So it doesn't really make her look good, but at the same time, Honest is making Chinese noodles and narasmith is making Thai. She's just a Thai food, so I guess that's different. And yeah, I don't know. I can't say it's copying. I don't know. I'm gonna just try and be an unbiased, but it just does not make Nara look good. Oneza has switched off the comments to the post. People were commenting on Narasmith's video and be like, "Hi, bo, didn't we see this? Didn't didn't Oneza post this already?" So I don't know, but it's very clear that I don't know. Or maybe Narasmith is just being smart about it. She's not going to deliberately say, "I'm making biang biang noodles too." She's gonna just, "I'm making some Thai food." Whatever Thai food it is, she did not specify or write down what specific Thai food or cuisine it was. But with Honest, it's very specific. She said she was making biang biang noodles. Correct. Sorry for the mispronunciation if I did not mispronounce it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think she's copying or we're reaching? Because when I first saw this video, I was like, why are you guys dragging this? But then I watched both videos and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, people are not reaching for like 2 plus 2. This is very too close together. As you can see in that video, it was 8 hours ago when narasmith posted this. I recorded that earlier when I screen recorded it, and it was a day ago when Onezwa posted it. So it doesn't really help with the allegations against narasmith. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think people are reaching with this, or you think narasmith does get some inspo here and there and she doesn't take accountability or wants to take accountability, but acknowledge the fact that, hey, I was inspired by people's videos, not just Onezwa, but apparently she is using other people's small content creators to take ideas from small content creators. But again, it's tricky because, like I said, I think previously, you can't really claim a recipe, you can't really claim something like that, especially the type of content creation, the type of content creation they're in. You can't really claim a certain way of cooking, a lifestyle, But the point is, this video really does not help with the allegations against narasmith.
Smith stole that content from that lady, and I think if Onezwa could pass a paper bag test, y'all will be looking at the situation a lot differently. You go to the two profiles, they are very much the same. From the music, to the food, to the soft girl voice that they use to talk to people. It is very much the same vibe, all right? Some of y'all are using an off-brand version of feminism, talking about, why are we pitting women against each other and all of this stuff? We should just love one another. You're gaslighting Onezwa into thinking that her content is not being stolen, that she should just shut the hell up and go and cook. That is essentially what you're doing. You can keep that over there, all right? I first started talking about narasmith because I said that she was the DEI hire of the Mormon mommy bloggers, okay? That she was pushing a trad wife aesthetic and a conservatism and Mormonism lifestyle. That's what I said, and y'all dragged me to hell for it. When I say trad wife aesthetic, I'm talking about barefoot in the kitchen, in an immaculate kitchen, cooking, cleaning, rearing children, made up to hell with the bob folded under. That's what I'm talking about when I say trad wife aesthetic. And when I said that you guys are going to, oh my God, I love these homemade Oreo recipes, your way into a damn cult, y'all dragged me to hell. Y'all probably gonna drag me for this video too. I understand that some of y'all are gonna say, well, cooking is not original. This is not original. Let's not be dense here. Let's not be dense when it comes to these damn cooking, soft girl lifestyle videos. Narasmith has a certain way that she presents her content, all right? So does Onezwa, and they are very much the same. Then y'all said, well, she doesn't even know that lady. And then people started posting damn stuff where narasmith was commenting under her content, all right? So what I have to say about the situation is just listen to what Onezwa has to say before you start gaslighting her into thinking she'll know what the hell she's talking about. And if y'all choose to drag me over this, so be it. I ain't got nothing but time today.
Now, guys, do you think this is all a reach, or do you think there's really a lot of similarities between Nara Smith and Onezwa's video? I don't know what to think, to be honest, right? Because in the beginning, I was very like, girl, Onezwa, you are just mad that probably she mentioned that she doesn't get paid for the views and because of her country, South Africa, and which is very unfortunate, right? Because I feel like every content creator with that amount of number and authenticity should get paid. And first I was like, girl, you're reaching. But after, I was just like, giving a little side eye, because I was like, okay, Nara, this is way too similar. Now, I don't know if Nara is the one who chooses those videos, if maybe she has a team behind her who observe those videos and they try to like copy inspirations from other creators. Now, if that's the case, they should make sure that they give credit to the content creators that they're getting those videos from, because then it will not be fair for those people. So Onezwa feel like this is not fair, but this time Onezwa, she didn't even say anything. She didn't even say anything. A lot of people just like put the two and two together, because the first time she brought it up, a lot of people were being rude and mean to her, which is also one thing that I do not agree. I feel like they're both two black women who are doing what they're not, what they need to do, and get their bread, get their money. Okay. Now, I just don't like the colorism, racism that it was going towards Onezwa just because she's speaking out. I feel like as a black woman, it's very hard to speak up for yourself and have people on your side. Okay. So in that situation, of course, people already like Nara, and she's a person, she's a woman of a lighter complex. She has she's on the top of, as far as the beauty standard, she's skinny, she's pretty, and she has the features that a lot of people prefer. I feel like the looks come into play, looks, popularity come into play as to why people like Nara Smith over Onezwa. But also, of course, they didn't like the fact that Onezwa was accusing somebody that a lot of people like. So that just created a lot of backlash in a negative, dark way that it really didn't need to. I just don't like the bashing and racism colorism people were throwing towards Onezwa. Whether you agree with her or not, I don't think that's an excuse for people to come at her that way. Now, that last video was kind of suspicious because I was like, okay, it was a lot of similarities, but I don't know. I don't know if that was Onezwa, or I mean, Nara Smith who actually had the idea of putting that video out there. I'm not making excuse, but I don't know. But Nara, she does not respond to those comments. She's very unbothered. She's like Beyonce. She's like, I'm not even gonna say nothing, because that's how she makes her bag. That's how she makes her money. But I do feel like if she does get inspirations from a specific creator, she needs to just give the credit. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post. And see you next time. Let's get it.